The Gold Bug, Chapter 2. It was indeed a beautiful bug and very unusual. It was about a month after this, and during this period I had seen nothing of Legrand when I received a visit at Charleston from his man Jupiter. I had never seen the good old negro look so low in spirits, and I feared that something serious had happened to my friend. "Well, Job," said I, "what is the matter now? How is your master?" "Why, to speak the truth, sir, he is not as well as he should be." "Not well? I am truly sorry to hear it. What seems to be the trouble with him?" That's just it. He says there's nothing the matter with him. But he's very sick for all that." "Very sick, Jupiter? Why didn't you say so at once? Is he in bed?" "No, he isn't in bed. That's the trouble. I'm very much worried about poor Master Well. Jupiter, I should like to understand what it is you are talking about. You say your master is sick, but hasn't he told you what's the matter with him?" "Well, sir, there is no use getting mad about it. Master Well says there is nothing the matter with him, but then what makes him go about looking that way, with his head down and his shoulders up, and with his face so white and pale, and then he keeps on figuring all the time?" "Keeps on what?" "He keeps working at those figures all the time, the strangest figures I ever saw. I am getting to be really frightened, I tell you. I have to keep a very close watch on him every minute. The other day he gave me the slip before the sun was up, and he was gone all day long. I had a big stick ready with which to give him a good beating when he did get back. But I am such a fool that I didn't have the heart to do it after all. He looked so very poorly." What? Yes, upon the whole, I think you had better not be too hard on the poor fellow. Don't beat him, Jupiter. He can't very well stand it, but can you form no idea of what has made him sick or caused this sudden change in him? Has anything unpleasant happened since I last saw him?" "No, master, there hasn't been anything unpleasant since then. It was before then. I am afraid it was the very day you were there." "How? What do you mean?" "Why, sir, I mean the bug. That's just it." "The what?" "The bug. I am very certain that Master Will has been bitten somewhere about the head by that gold bug. And what cause have you, Jupiter, to suppose this?" "Cause enough, master, cause enough. I never saw such a bug in all my life. He kicks and he bites everything that comes near him. Master Will caught him first, but had to let him go very quickly, I tell you. That was the time the bug must have bitten him. I didn't like the look of that bug's mouth myself, so I wouldn't take hold of him with my finger. But I caught him with a piece of paper which I found. I wrapped him up in the paper and pushed a piece of it into his mouth. That was the way I did it. And you think then that your master was really bitten by the bug and the bite made him sick?" "I don't think anything about it. I know it. What makes him dream about gold so much if it isn't because he was bitten by the gold bug? I've heard about the gold bugs before this, but how do you know he dreams about gold?" "How do I know?" "Why, because he talks about it in his sleep. That's how I know." "Well, Jupiter, perhaps you are right, but what fortunate train of circumstances had brought you to pay me a visit today?" "What's that you say, master? What's the matter now? Did you bring me any message from Mr. Legrand?" I continued. "Oh, yes, I almost forgot," said Jupiter. Here he handed me a note which ran as follows: "My dear, why have I not seen you for so long a time? I hope you haven't been so foolish as to have become angry at the way I acted on your last visit here. But no, That is not probable. Since I saw you, I have had great cause for worry. I have something to tell you, yet I hardly know how to tell it or whether I should tell it at all. At all. I haven't been quite well for some days past, and poor old Jupiter, though he means well, bothers me almost to death. Would you believe it? He had prepared a large stick the other day with which to beat me for giving him the slip and spending the day along among the hills on the mainland. I really believe the fact that I looked so tired and so weak when I got back kept him from really beating me. I have made no addition to my collection since you left. If you can possibly make it in any way, come over with Jupiter. Do come. I wish to see you tonight upon business of importance. I promise you that it's of the highest importance. Ever yours, William Legrand. There was something about this note that made me feel very uneasy. Its whole style was different from that usually used by Legrand. What could he be dreaming about? What new idea had taken hold of his mind and his imagination? What business of the highest importance could he be talking about? What Jupiter had told me didn't make this business sound very promising. I began to fear that the bad fortune which had followed Legrand in recent years had at last caused him to lose his reason without even thinking the matter over. Therefore I prepared to go along with Jupiter. Upon reaching the shore of the mainland, I saw an axe and 3 shovels, all apparently new, lying in the bottom of the boat which we were to use. What is the meaning of all this, Jupiter? I asked. That's an axe, master, and those are shovels. Very true, but what are they doing there? That's the axe and those are the shovels that Master Will insisted upon my buying in the town for him, and a great deal of money I had to pay for them too. But what in the name of heaven is your master going to do with an axe and 3 shovels? That's more than I know, and the devil can take me if I don't believe it's more than Master Will knows either, but it has all come from the bug. Finding that it was impossible to learn the real truth from Jupiter, whose whole mind was taken up with the idea of the bug, I now stepped into the boat and we made sail. With a fair and strong wind, we soon arrived at the shore of the island east of Fort Moultrie, and a walk of some 2 miles brought us to Legrand's little house. It was about 3 in the afternoon when we got there. Legrand had been waiting for us, apparently with the greatest of interest. He took hold of my hand and shook it in so nervous a manner that I was really a little frightened. I began to suspect that I was correct in supposing that his mind was perhaps not just right. His face was pale as death, and his deepest eyes seemed even darker than usual. After some questions as to how he had been feeling, I asked him, not knowing what better to say, if he had gotten the bug back from Lieutenant G. Oh yes, he said, his face growing suddenly red. I got it from him the next morning. Nothing would ever make me part with the bug again. Do you know that Jupiter is quite right about it? In what way? Asked with rather a sad feeling at heart in supposing it to be a bug of real gold. He said this in a most serious manner, with the result that I felt even less happy about the whole situation. This bug is to make my fortune, he continued, to give me back everything which was lost by me and my family. Is it any wonder then that I think so highly of it? Fortune has been kind enough to lead me to the bug. I simply have to use it correctly, and I shall arrive at the gold of which it is for me a clear sign. Jupiter, bring me the bug. What, the bug, master? I'd rather not trouble the bug. Sir, you better get him yourself. Here Legrand rose with a serious air and brought me the bug from the glass case where he kept it. It was in truth a beautiful bug and very unusual. I saw at once that nothing similar to it had ever been found before or was known to man. There were two round black spots near one end of the back and a long one near the other. The color was that of a rich dark gold. The bug was particularly heavy for its size, and all things considered, I could well understand Jupiter's opinion of it, but the fact that Legrand too now had the same opinion confused me greatly. I sent for you, said Legrand, when I had finished examining the bug, so that I might have your advice and help in carrying out the purposes of fortune and of the bug. My dear Legrand, I cried out suddenly, stopping him, you are certainly not well, and had better be very careful. You shall go to bed, and I shall remain here with you a few days until you get over this. You have a fever, and you may examine me, he said, and you will find that I am perfectly all right. I felt his cheek and forehead, and it was true that there was no sign at all of any fever. But you may still be sick and yet have no fever, I said. Let me this one decide what is best for you. In the first place, go to bed. In the second, you are mistaken, he broke in. I am as well as I can expect to be under the excitement which I feel. If you really wish me well, you can help me to escape from this excitement. And how is this to be done? Very easily. Jupiter and I are going on a trip upon into the hills, upon the mainland, and upon this trip we shall need the help of a person whom we can trust. We feel that you are the best person we know to go with us. Whether we succeed or not, at least this excitement which I now feel will have been satisfied. I am ready to help you in every way I can, I said, but do you mean to say that this foolish bug has any connection with your trip into the hells? It has. Then, Legrand, I don't think I want to become a party to such a foolish plan. I am sorry, very sorry, for we shall have to try it by ourselves. Try it by ourselves? You are surely crazy, but wait, how long do you plan to be gone? Probably all night. We shall start immediately and be back, no doubt, the first thing in the morning. And will you promise me that when this mad bug business of yours is all over and you are satisfied as to the result, you will then return home and follow my advice exactly as that of your doctor? Yes, I promise, and now let us be off, for we have no time to lose.